Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is single-handedly the most transformative video that I have made on the channel so far. Let me explain. So you're working harder than ever. You're slaving away into that 9-to-5 job or whatever job. You're just slaving away. You don't like the people you work with. Your managers are quite thick. They're not as smart as you, and it's infuriating. You deserve to be earning more. The financial pressure is increasing. You're working harder than ever, but your paycheck looks the same as it did 2 years ago. Here is why. I'm going to be teaching you everything that I know, everything that I have done myself, the whole process, the whole method, based in logic and actionable steps, rather than a lot of this woo-woo nonsense. 2 years ago, and I'll get into it very quickly for you guys, it's going to be very detailed, but 2 years ago I would get my monthly paycheck. I used to work at a hotel, which was a very stressful job. I hated it. I would get my monthly paycheck and it would be gone in 2 days. A whole month's worth of stress, a whole month's worth of work, running around that restaurant, dealing with idiots, would be gone in 2 days. And I never quite understood why. If that is you, if you're feeling the burn, I'm going to explain everything. So there is a financial burden that is going on at the moment. Wherever you're watching this video, I know I have an American audience, which is amazing to me. A lot of the viewers on this channel are from America, but I'm from England, UK, so I'm going to use a example local to me. So young people are bearing the brunt of the UK's weak labour market, and this is just to set the scene, guys. You don't even have to be from the UK. But I just want to make sure that you guys understand that you're not alone here in what you're going through. Some 16.61% of people aged 16 to 24 are not able to find work. So most people aren't even able to find work. If you're in a job, if you're earning pittance, yeah, it's pittance. But if you have a job, there are a lot of people now that don't have jobs. And graduate level roles are proving harder to land. We all know that university is a waste of time. I'm not going into that in today's video. So here's what you are missing. By the end of this video, I promise that you'll leave, and you'll learn a lot, but I promise that you'll leave feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to attack life with the knowledge that is going to elevate your earnings. If you are struggling, if you are feeling the burden, if you have an empty wallet, you will access the magic money tree, the knowledge you need to increase your earnings in this video. And just before we begin, I do have a guide that I'm going to speak about later. I'm not going to speak about it too much now. I'll give you all the knowledge, but there is stuff that I can share with you, and I have created this guide to share the hidden knowledge. If you know what that horse means, comment in the description if you know what it means. So stop the cap. There is an invisible earning ceiling. Now I understand when guys watch this video, I'm saying invisible, like you can't see it. As men, we are very logical. We look with our eyes, we analyze with our eyes, pattern recognition, all this kind of thing. But think of it as a glass ceiling. There is a glass ceiling above you that is capping the amount that you earn. There are 3 root causes to the glass ceiling. The first one is a skill ceiling. Your current skills have a market value limit. When I was working in a restaurant, it's a very low skill job. Anyone can do that role. Anyone can speak to customers. Anyone can pick up a plate, deliver it to someone. Anyone can get abused at. Anyone can receive abuse. Like, it's a very low skilled job. Not particularly, it's physically intensive. Yeah, you're running around the restaurant. It's a horrible job to have, if I'm honest. And thank God I'm never going back to that. Ever. Like, it's done. That's a past life. But your skills have a ceiling. Companies will pay you in proportion to the skill level that you provide. In hospitality, because this is what I worked in hospitality, the skill that you have isn't very valuable, so you don't get the money that you probably deserve, even though you're working hard. And I'll explain later in the video why working hard doesn't correlate to earning more money. But a little tip or a little thing, action step that I want to give to you before we get into the explanation of how it all works, is list all your current skills and state how much you earn from them. Have you ever done this? Like, list your current skills that you have. Okay, this skill, this skill, this skill. And if you get paid for it, state how much you earn from it. A lot of them will have zeros next to it because these low skill jobs have one primary skill that you get paid for. That's why it's important to learn new skills as well, guys. But there is a second one, your environment ceiling. Your workplace or industry has a structural pay limit. So hospitality, if you go into that role, whatever job you work in and whatever industry you're in, there is a set structure where no one really earns more. You never hear of a hospitality worker earning 100 grand per month from that job. The industry itself is important, the industry which you are in, also the area which you live in. If you're in a big city, there's more money around, higher pay rates, higher cost of living, but you get paid a bit more because of where you are. More opportunities, more abundance around you, more rich people flying in and flying out. If you are in a place where there's, like, I'll be honest, my hometown, you can work in a factory or bars and jobs. Office workers died. There's not a lot of opportunity. And the people that are already in the jobs don't leave the jobs. So analyze what is the general earnings from your workplace or your hometown. Your environment is crucial, guys. But there is the third one, which is something you have absolute control over, and it's the most transformative shift that you can make, is the identity ceiling. This is the most underrated one. What is the identity ceiling? It is what you believe you are worth. Let me explain. So we've got a graph here. I'm going to explain the graph. So on the y-axis we have identity shift, and I'm going to give you the method in this video. But on the x-axis we have earning potential. Let me explain this blue area. So the amount you earn at the start of your life is primarily determined by two factors: your environment and your family. Your environment impacts the ways you think, the habits. So a lot of people in England, they grow up in towns. A lot of people go to the pub every weekend. Every single weekend, straight to the pub. Friday, Saturday, get hammered. That is a stereotype. We think of an English person, you just think of a pub, someone who goes to the pub. That is the stereotype. Your environment determines what you do and the habits you build. So automatically the money you earn, you're wasting it, and it's going straight out of your pocket because of your environment. But your environment dictates how much you earn as well. If you're around people that earn low amount of wages, you're going to earn the same amount from the start of your life. The second thing, and this is the most important, is your family. You have limiting beliefs about the world that are installed into your brain when you are young. Your subconscious is wide open. In my paid community, in my mindset training, I go into this in so much more detail. It's a more expensive product because you get more for it and you get all the information that I've ever sought after and spent years analysing, understanding and implementing. But just know that your earning amount is probably like your parents. Kids tend to earn the same amount as their parents. Look in your own life. You are currently here. You are on this black line. What does this black line mean? Your earnings are capped. It's not decreasing really, but it's not increasing. You're not really going anywhere. You are here. That is the worst place to be. Stagnant, drifting along in life. Napoleon Hill called them drifters. 98% of the people on this planet are drifters. I won't get into that here. But there is this green line, and I'll give you the method to get onto this green line later on in the video. But you need to understand what I'm saying here. And if this makes sense, like the video, comment in the description, this makes sense, whatever. The identity shift. When you shift your identity, and let's remind yourself what an identity ceiling is, what you believe you're worth. So when you shift your identity to desire more, you believe you deserve more, you get onto this green line, this green trajectory that only really goes up. As soon as you shift your identity and believe you should be earning more, so let's say you're earning £12 an hour or $12 an hour, as soon as you believe you should be earning £20 an hour or $20 an hour, your earnings will start to go up. And what you'll notice as your earnings go up, as your financial education increases, as your skill set increases, the graph, the green line, shoots up. It shoots up. That's why people go from low amount of money to extremely rich very quickly, and that's why people look like an overnight success. You are currently on this black line. I'm going to get you onto the green line. And here I've put a star on the graph because this is an important thing to realise. Working hard is not enough. There's plenty of people that work hard. There's plenty of people that slug away in a factory. I've worked factory jobs myself. It's a physically demanding job. That's why a lot of older men have massive hands and massive forearms, because they've worked extremely hard. Toil, blood, sweat and tears, literally physically, like these jobs are vital, by the way, and they should be paid more, but they're not. Working hard is not enough. You want to go from point A to point B. You want to see in your life more money in your bank account. You need a physical, it needs to be in your reality, i.e. you need to see the change. If you run on a treadmill, you are not actually going anywhere. So you're working hard, which is running on this treadmill, but you're not actually going anywhere. Your effort is being wasted. You are not seeing the outside world. You are not actually moving from point A to point B. You're just on the treadmill. You are where you are right now because you have fallen for the age-old trap. And this trap I fell for myself. And as soon as I started understanding this, as soon as I started realizing this, my earnings increased and my life transformed as my identity shifted. You are trading your time, which is a limited resource. You only have a certain amount of time in the day, 24 hours. As Molly May said, and she got attacked, but what she said was right. You're trading your time, which is a limited resource, for earning money, which is again limited by circumstance. People have decided, predetermined before you were born, how much a particular job how much money you can earn from a particular job. You go into hospitality, like you're a new human, you leave school, whatever, you go into hospitality, whatever industry you go in, the earning potential is capped. I always wanted money, so I did fall for the trap. I went to university. I dropped out 3 times, which I'm very proud of, by the way. But I went to university and I picked a degree that had the most earning potential because I was interested in money. I wasn't interested in the career. I was doing a law degree. I was going to be a lawyer. That was where the money was at, or so I'd been told. But at the moment you're trading your time, which is limited, for earning money, which is also limited. So you're in a lose-lose situation. And there is a form of social conditioning that go on. So men aged 25 to 35 were raised for, and this might be you watching this video, you were raised following a script. How many times have you heard, go to school, work hard, get good grades, A stars, get a job, get an entry-level job, work your way up the corporate ladder, your life is going to be amazing, everything's going to be beautiful. It's not the reality. As we saw at the start of this video, it's not the reality for most people because unemployment is rising, increasing financial pressures. The system is broken. So here is the overpowered method that you clicked on this video to learn. Here is the method that's going to set you apart from the rest. This is what's going to, because you already understand a lot of this that I've taught you, you just haven't been told it. This is how you actually do the shift. The self-image shift. How did I go from a young man who was heavily medicated, struggled with his mental health, poor, broke as a joke, no self-confidence, how did I make that shift to the guy in the second picture here? This was me a month ago in Bali. How did I make this shift? What did I do? How did I go from broke to in Bali using the magic money tree? And here's a picture of me at a cafe in Canggu. Very quiet cafe, not a lot of people in there. Here's what you need to realise. You don't need a system. You do not need a strategy. You do not need the latest routine, the latest hack, the latest habit. You don't need it. It's helpful, it's great. It's a lot of things I give on my channel are about this. But what you actually need is an identity shift. When I was in Bali, the girl next to me was earning 100k per month for doing nothing. She was at Obsidian Gym where I was, and I overheard a conversation because she was speaking loudly, and she said, someone on the phone must have asked her what were her plans for the day. She said, oh, well, I'm just going to finish off here at the gym, go home, record a few videos, and then might go out in the evening. That's not working hard, is it? That's not what you're doing. And then she said something that really blew my mind. She was like, I've got a TV show opportunity. I'm going to go on TV and they pay you 15 grand a week, $15,000 a week. And I'm going to drop out before the last challenge, so I don't have to do the disgusting challenge, but I qualify for the money, so I get $100,000 for being on a TV show. Yeah. And you're working and slaving away and in stress and pain and suffering while that is going on. That is the system. I benefit from that system. It is the system. I don't agree with it, but you will now benefit as well. So identity shift is all about increasing your self-image. And before I get onto the Metaphysical Money Guide, I just want to say a few more things. You need to build your emotional bank account. Your emotional bank account is the most important thing. Most people think they build their financial bank account and they neglect the emotional bank account. You have a thick bank account but low emotional bank account, you're not rich. What you need to do is increase your emotional bank account, and this is why most people go to jobs and are unhappy and have to deal with shitty customers, because they're chasing that financial bank account all the while their emotional bank account is decreasing. So what you need to do is increase your self-image by increasing your emotional bank account. Start believing that you deserve more. Start believing that you deserve more money. You'll have so many limiting beliefs in your own mind, things that you've learned from family, things you've learned from your environment, bullshit you've been told growing up through the school system and the education system and everything, social media, news, everything has been taking away the knowledge that you need to know. Here's why self-image is important. You increase your emotional bank account, your self-perception, how you view yourself. You increase your emotional bank account and your financial bank account follows. That's why people say don't chase, attract. Law of attraction. I teach it in Creative Mind Mastery. So, Metaphysical Money Guide for just £28 or $28, whatever the conversion is. This is the magic knowledge you should have received in education, you should have received growing up. And it's the education that I wish I received, because I would have been a lot more prosperous, a lot quicker. It would have been great. But if education was there to truly allow you to grow your finances, everyone would be rich. Have you noticed that some people who never listened to what they were being taught, me in the end, ended up being the most financially successful? If you are sick of the struggle you are currently in, this is for you. For just £28, just $28, I go into limiting beliefs, I go into self-image, perception, everything you need to know about the metaphysics, the spiritual nature behind money. In that guide, I'm giving you everything you need to know to become truly abundant. If you found this video helpful, if you found this video valuable, I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know if it was helpful for you and valuable for you. But I would also strongly recommend that you come on and get the guide, because the value in this video is 10x'd in the guide. 10x'd in the guide. So I don't want you to suffer anymore. I've been there. I've been working in hospitality and these low-skilled jobs. It's shit. Let's not beat around the bush. A lot of people say, oh, be grateful that you have a job. It ain't great, okay? Getting abused by customers isn't great. So that is why I started on my own journey, and I have launched the Metaphysical Money Guide, And I truly believe that once you get it, once you read the information that I've given you, you're gonna blow through any caps, you're gonna stop the cap, and you're gonna smash through earning potentials. I'll see you in the next video.